Today we are going to discuss about swapping measures and dimensions and sheet selector in Tableau using parameters. So the topics that we are going to discuss is how to do swapping measures and how to do swapping dimensions and how to create sheet selectors. So let's just open Tableau. So I'm connecting to the Superstore data source. I'm connecting to the Superstore data source. And let's see. Let's see how can I create a swapping measures or swapping dimensions. So let me put sales. So this is basically will show you the sum of sales, and let me put subcategory in the columns. So I should be able to see a vertical bar chart based on this particular sum of sales. Okay, so this is particularly showing me only one sales and only one particular dimension that I'm able to see. And I will create a parameter. So let me just duplicate this one. Okay, this I will do it for swap measures. I'll write a parameter where I will include some string values. And in the list, I will write sales, profit, and discount. Select measure. Okay, so we will give option to the user to select sales, profit, discount. So swapping measure is nothing but user can toggle between these three measures. So let me just show you this parameter. So these are the list of entries that I have made: sales, profit, discount. So if I click on, so I have not given any connection to this worksheet. So it's currently normal parameter. So parameter, I have to pass these values to one calculation field, and I need to use that particular calculation field instead of this sum of sales. So I'm just writing a simple calculation field, which is swap measure calc. Okay, if this parameter, so I'll write that select measure. If that parameter is equals to sales, so names that I'm writing here should match exactly what I have written in the parameter. So while creating the parameter, whatever names I have given in the parameter, those names only you have to use it here, and it is case sensitive. Okay. Is it visible now? How about now? Okay, so if select measure, so if this parameter is equals to, so the names that we have entered here. So if it is equal to sales, then sum of sales. Else if, so I'm writing one more condition. Whenever this parameter is equals to profit, then sum of profit. And one more condition I will write. So there are three things. Why it is showing two? Yeah, so there are three. So sales, profit, and discount. So I have written for sales and profit. Now I'm going to write for discount. So it will be same. So select measure. This parameter is equal to discount then sum of discount and because the calculation is valid. So now instead of this sales, I will use this particular calculation. Swap measure calc. Okay. So now let me select sales. So what is the sales value? 167,380 is for accessories. So 167,380 is the value. It is also shown. So it is for sales. And when I select profit, now the value is changing to profit. So if you go to sheet 1 and instead of sales, you change it to profit. Okay, so manually I need to change this to see the profit value. So the profit for accessories is 41,937, which is also same. So likewise, I will also be able to see discount as well. So instead of creating 3 different worksheets, so this is for profit. So let me make a duplicate. And now I will make this for sales. So this is for sales. We'll make a duplicate. And this I will make it for discount. Okay, so I'm just avoiding these 3 worksheets. So in single worksheet, I'm able to see if I want to see sales, I can see sales. If I want to see profit, I can see profit. And if I click on discount, I'm able to see discount. So in single worksheet, I'm able to see 3 different worksheets. And also in the title, I can show that swap measures and whatever selection that you are doing, you can show that parameter value here. So parameter select measure, say okay. So now it is selected as discount. So let me just do a full screen. Okay, so if I select the sales, uh, it will change to sales. The name will change to sales and you can see the sales values. And if I change it to profit, so the names will change to profit and also the values. If you change to discount, you can see the values are getting changed and also the name. So this way you can create 3 different worksheets into one particular sheet by using swap measures. Okay, so now we will discuss about swap dimension. So any questions on swap measures? Yeah, Rakesh. Yeah, okay. So I'm not taking the values of it. So I'm just trying to select instead of sales, let's say, let me make a duplicate. Okay, so here discount is there. So it's a number. So, but let's say sales. This is also a number. But I'm not trying to get the numbers. I'm just trying to get the headers of that. Header is a name, right? Header is a string. So I'm just trying to match the header. So in that calculation field, if you open that swap measure cal, so I'm trying to get that sales value. So whenever I select sales, I want to see sum of sales. So there I need to enter string value only. I can't enter any numbers, right? So let's say if you enter 1, so that doesn't mean anything. Like, so when you select sales, you want to see sum of sales. So that is why I have entered a string over there. Okay, so that is about swap measures. So now let's see We'll take the same example, subcategory and sales. So this is for subcategory. Now we are going to do for swap dimensions. So let me make a duplicate. Now I'll do for region. So let's change this to region. So this is for region. And let me make a duplicate. And I'll also use category. Okay, so I have three different worksheets which are showing the sum of sales. So this is category wise sum of sales. I'll write category. And this is region wise sum of sales. And this is subcategory wise sum of sales. Okay, so now instead of these three worksheets, I need to create only one worksheet where I will show all three dimensions, and then user can toggle between those dimensions. So let's just start from the starting. So sales, subcategory. So you can just type in the values. Okay, so swap dimensions. So it will be same. So you need to create a parameter, select string, select string, select dimensions, select dimension. In the list, you have to write the dimension names, subcategory, category, region, and say okay. So now that I have created that parameter, show parameter. So these are the list of items which are there in the parameter. So now I need to connect this parameter to the to one calculation. So now let's see. I'll just 1 second. Let me fit it to the width. Okay. Okay. So now I'll just create a calculation. Swap dimension calc. If can anyone tell me the calculation? Equals to next. Why sum of sales? No. Here this is about swap dimensions. When subcategory is selected, you need to see subcategory only. Subcategory field. This field you need to get it. Okay. When you select subcategory, so from parameter if you select, you should get this field. So you need to type in subcategory only. Okay. Sum of sales will already be there. We are just doing the swap dimensions. I'm just telling about the swap dimension. Yeah, continue. Prashant, can you tell the next step? Prashant or Divya? Select dimensions parameter we need to take. Yeah. Then category. Prashant, can you try? No, not sum of sales. We are doing only the dimension. So region, then yeah, and so say okay. So now I'll replace this subcategory with this swap dimension calc. Swap dimension calc. Okay, so whenever I select region, so it is showing me all the regions. When I select category, it is showing all the categories. So this is happening because of this calculation that we have written. The category, so whenever this parameter is equals to category, then I'm telling Tableau then to show category. And when you select subcategory, it is showing you all the subcategories. It is because this parameter is equal to subcategory, then this field is coming here. So I also want to show what is being selected. So insert, select dimensions, say okay. Subcategory. So when I select subcategory, I can see subcategory, select category to see category and region. So this is how you can see. And so with that, we are able to mitigate these three different worksheets. Okay, so if you want to see subcategory wise sales, you have dropped subcategory field and sum of sales. And when you want region, you have removed that subcategory and you have kept region. For category, you have removed region and you have kept category. But in a single calculation, so you have three dimensions: subcategory, category, and region. And user can toggle between these three. Okay, so here we have reduced three worksheets into one by using swap measures. And here we have used swap dimensions to mitigate three worksheets. Now I'll tell you how to combine these two and create swap measures and dimensions. So just use both calculations. One is swap dimension and the other is swap measure calc. Okay, and use both the parameters. Select measure, show parameter, select dimension, show parameter. Okay, instead of this title, you just put select dimension parameter wise, select measure, say okay. So region wise discount. So subcategory wise sales, if I want to see. Okay, so here I'm able to see subcategory wise sales. And if I select category, category wise sales, I can see. So it is like 3 into 3. So there are multiple combinations. Sorry. So for sales, you have profit, discount, and we also have subcategory, category, region. So, sorry, yeah, region. Oh, okay. So these three are there, these three are there, and you can create. Uh, there are too many permutation combinations that you can do with this. So now let me show you what all you can do. Sales, you can do with subcategory wise sales, category wise sales, discount wise sales, and profit also you can do subcategory wise profit. So each one I'm selecting with all the 3 dimensions. Subcategory wise, profit, category wise, profit, and discount wise, profit. In the same way, subcategory wise, discount, category wise, discount, and region wise, discount. Is there any mistake that I have written in this? This is region wise this sales, and this is also region wise profit. Okay, so basically when you have swap measures and swap dimensions, let's say you have 3 measures and 3 dimensions, so you can create 3 into 3 9 combinations. Let's say if I have one more measure, let's say profit margin. Okay, now how many combinations I can make? So I have made, yeah, perfect. So 4 into 3, I can make 12 combinations. That means I'm able to reduce 12 worksheets into one worksheet. So in one worksheet, I can see the 12 combination of worksheets. So by selecting sales, you can select region, subcategory, category, whatever dimension you want to select, you can select. In the same way, region wise, you want to say profit, discount, so vice versa you can do. So in that way, you can do 9 combinations. So this is to change the number of, convert the number of worksheets so that you can reduce the number of worksheets that are being used in the dashboard. With that, we can improve the performance of the dashboard. So if you see, we have mitigated or we have removed all this, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever sheets that I have created. So we don't need all this. So we can just remove, as we have everything in only this particular sheet. So no need of other worksheets. Okay, any questions regarding swapping dimensions and swapping measures before going to the sheet selector? Okay, so let's move. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's move on to swapping sheet selector. So to create sheet selector, we need to have 2 or 3 worksheets. So let's create different types of worksheets. So let's select sales, select region. Can anyone tell me how to create a donut chart? Prashant, can you try to tell the steps how to create a donut chart? Or Rakib or Divya, anybody can try. Yeah. You need to create axis. Yeah. So we need to put 2 axes. Okay. Remove from where? From the marks, one of the marks card, we need to remove everything. Okay. Yeah, increase the size a little. Yeah. And make this color as white. Yeah. And remove the headers. Yeah. Go to format, lines. Make 0 lines as none. Yeah. So this is how we can create a donut chart. So this is donut. Okay, can anyone tell me the steps for how to create a word cloud? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Where exactly I need to keep sales? Tell me exact steps. So I'll just remove everything. So tell me from the starting. Okay. Where should I keep the, sorry? Row shelf. Okay. Next. Okay. Where? Hmm. No, I'm asking about word cloud, not bar chart. Okay. 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 What about why is it coming as ABC? What should I keep in text? Okay. Yeah, perfect. So this is how we create. So basically you just need to drag and drop subcategory into text and subcategory into color and the sum of sales into size, and you need to select here text. Here you need to select text instead of automatic, you need to change it to text. So this becomes your word cloud. Okay, so yeah, so now let's create a different chart. So sales. So now let me create a tree map. I'll take subcategory, click on show me and select tree map. Okay, so this in what are the ways it is creating a tree map? What are the different ways? So it is representing in three ways. What are those three ways? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now that we have three different charts, so now let's create a sheet selector. To create a sheet selector, so I'll create a parameter and I'll write the parameter name as select worksheet. And here also I'll do string and select list. And in this list, I will add donut chart or just write donut and word cloud and tree map. Yeah, so I want to show this to the user. So whenever this particular user selects donut, he will be able to see donut. Whenever user select word cloud, he should be able to see word cloud. So to help user understand, so I'm just writing those names. So you can write any name, but as per my understanding, these to represent these worksheets, I'm just naming it as donut, word cloud, and tree map. So say okay. So now I have this worksheet. So now I have this parameter, donut, word cloud, and tree map. Okay, and I will use this parameter. By using this parameter, I will select these worksheets to show or not to show. So for that, what I will do, create a calculated field and put the parameter that I have created. Select worksheet. So it is just you need to keep only that parameter. Sheet selector calc. Say OK and put it here. Put it in the filter shell and select custom value list and just write the parameter value what you have entered. So in the parameter I have entered for do not chart, I have entered it as do not. So just add this. Say OK. So this is, I'm telling Tableau that this is do not chart. According to this parameter, I'm telling Tableau that this is the parameter value which I'm selecting. And go to word cloud, use the same sheet selector calc in the filter shelf and go to custom value list and tell Tableau that this is a word cloud. Okay, say OK. And go to tree map, put the same filter and tell Tableau that go to custom value list. And this has to exactly match with the value that you have written in the parameter. Say OK. Okay, so now let's create a dashboard to see that sheet selector working or not. So you have to create a dashboard and take some vertical container. Make it floating. So take some vertical container and put this sheets. Do not chart. Hold the shift. This will be highlighted and leave the cursor. That will put the worksheet in that. And word cloud, put it here and remap. Hold shift and leave the cursor. And remove the titles. Right click on that and remove the titles. Go to borders. So I'm just removing everything. So let's go to dashboard. So instead of pie chart, let's create a bar chart. Okay, so now I have selected tree map, so it is showing me tree map. Okay, if I select do not chart, so I can see do not chart appearing. Why is this not going instant? So here I need to enter tree map. Say plus. Okay. So whenever I have seen this, like I can see the do not chart appearing. And whenever I click word cloud, I can see word cloud coming up. Let me just reduce. So here I should be able to see all this. Let me just, instead of using this container, I'll just floating. So when I select tree map, I should be able to see this tree map floating. Why is this size is so small? Okay, is it visible? Let me just increase the size. Yeah. Okay, so let me just create a new worksheet. So I'll just take normally. So instead of taking the containers and all, I'll just take normally into floating. So I'll take donut chart and I'll take this parameter and remove this extra stuff. And I'll take word cloud and tree map and remove this thing. Okay, so basically what happens is, so when I select tree map, I'm able to see this tree map. And word cloud and donut chart. So when I select word cloud, so I'm able to see the word cloud as well. Okay, so based on my selection, I'm able to enable or disable the worksheets. So if I select do not chat, only do not chat is visible. And if I select tree map, only tree map is visible. So sheet selector is something where you can do selection of worksheets. So if you, whatever worksheet that you want to enable, that you can enable. And let's say user want to see, so word cloud, if you see, this is subcategory wise sales. So based on the sales value, you're able to see the size of the subcategory value higher or smaller. And if you go to tree map, this is also giving you the same information. So depending on the user requirement, if the user want to see like this, or if the user is want to see based on word cloud, so they can see as per their requirement. So that is how we can create a sheet selector. So sheet selector is basically, so we have just created a parameter with all the values in it. So word cloud, donut chart and tree map and everything. And we have written a calculation field where we have included that parameter in the calculation field and use that calculation in the filter shelf and tell Tableau that this belongs to tree map. So I have just added in the custom value list that it is a tree map. And in word cloud, I've just added it as a word cloud. So in custom value list, you need to assign that. In flow to do not chart. And here also you mentioned this as a do not chart. So whenever we select, based on that selection, we are able to see these dimensions or measures. Yeah. Mhm. Sorry, can you repeat your question? Uh-huh. Uh, hmm. Yeah. So that it will, so let's say if I select do not chat, then only it will appear. That is because I have written custom value list as do not. So whenever this parameter is equal to do not, then only this sheet will appear. So other than do not, if I select any other thing, that is getting disappeared. Same goes for word cloud as well. So if you select only word cloud, then only this will appear. Otherwise, it will be blank. Mhm. Here we are directly putting in the filter itself. We are not writing anything. So in directly, I'm telling Tableau that so parameter is equal to tree map. Parameter I have written in the calculation, right? When that parameter is equal to tree map, then only this will enable. Yeah. So this parameter I'm directly keeping in the filter itself. So whenever this selection is equal to do not chat will appear. Selection is equal to word cloud will appear. Okay. So with that, we have completed swap dimensions and swap measures. So try to do this in your desktop and publish it in Tableau public and share the link in the group. Any other questions? Okay, then we'll wrap up the session. Thank you all for joining. We'll continue tomorrow.